Welcome to Bat Breaking News episode 747. I almost said 74, but I digress. Today we're going to be talking my WWE Extreme Rules predictions. I don't think they're going to add any more matches, but if they do, too bad. I already made the video. So the first one I think you should all know is Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan. Ronda Rousey is okay professional wrestler. Liv Morgan is like what you would call a diva of the current era. She can't wrestle for 2 cents. But I feel like Ronda Rousey is going to somehow win. Next match, Edge versus Finn Balor. I quit. Now this match will go back and forth considering it's Finn Balor and Edge. And the add the stipulation of I quit is going to make it good out there. And now, I'm not the hugest fan of Finn Balor, but I do really like Edge. But based on the Triple H is in charge, I think Edge is going to lose. I think Finn Balor is going to win. Strap match, Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre. Do I have to say less? He lost already, but he could lose again. You want me to tell you, but it's highly unlikely. But Karrion Kross can't lose this early. So it could actually go either way. So I'm actually undecided, but I think it could be Karrion Kross. Actually, I changed my pick. It's Karrion Kross, who's going to take the W out of WWE. Take the W in WWE. Take the big win. Ladder match, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Because outside interference, I think Bayley's going to win. Because really, it's going to be back and forth, though. So either way, it's going to be a good and back and forth match. Alright. I personally would have booked it, Io Sky versus, Bianca Belair, because I honestly think that hasn't happened, I don't think, up to this point, and it would be a great match. Now, I'm not saying every match here ain't going to be great, but there's some better than others. The Donnybrook match, the Donnybrook match between Sheamus, the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch, formerly known as Pita, versus Imperium, Walter Ludwig, Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci, in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which it's pretty exciting. Because the last two matches that the last match Gunther and Sheamus had, oh boy, they teared the house down, and I just recently watched Clash at the Castle, so this was basically the first time I saw them had a match, their first match here. So, if it's anything like that, let's just say we have a good long match on our hands, and adding it as a tag team match just made it from a lot of interest, less interest to full interest. To be honest with you, I think Sheamus needs a win. So he either needs to win the Intercontinental Championship or win this match. But I don't really know what's going to happen, so I can't really decide. All I know is it's going to be one of those good matches. And you want me to tell you what? This match, I feel like, should main event the whole show. But I know Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan is. Now, I'm not. So, next is Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle in a Fighters Pit match. By the way, Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross is a strap match. I think I said that, but this is a fire pit match between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Now, the last time these guys faced in the ring, it was really good. It was really good. It was so good that the fire pit just needs to happen. The fire pit stipulation makes me think Matt Riddle is going to win. So I'm going to give my prediction. Oh, by the way, I think the Brawling Brutes are going to win that match, if that wasn't stated clearly. But Matt Riddle's definitely going to win because of his MMA background. Since this is a shorter video than I like to make, I'm going to add the second part to the AEW or WWE debate. I went the WWE side in this video. Now I'm going to do it the AEW side. So you might say that WWE is one of the best professional wrestler companies ever. But AEW is top tier talent, top tier. They have Kenny Omega, who got suspended. They have CM Punk, who ruined the whole show. See, great people. Hey, at least we have Chris Jericho. That's but you might think that places like WWE are popular, but they're too PG. They need to go TV-14. AEW is just so great, and they let wrestlers speak their mind. But, their matches, AEW is working to build new talent instead of building old talent. That's another key argument here why AEW is better. Because, to be honest, they honestly do make professional wrestling better for fans. I honestly think that it's great, it's good, but I haven't watched much of it. You want me to tell you what? The only thing that I think that could really make this even better is if they had NXT, if they had like an actual tournament each year, like an annual, WWE. I messed up. WWE also, they have an annual tournament of Owen Hart, is what I meant to say. And Owen Hart is a legend. WWE could have rights to Owen Hart because you know the story if you know the story. Okay, I'm not going to repeat the story. Owen Hart fell to his death. His wife is mad at WWE. I already said the story, but AEW is good in the way that they honor legends. Next week they should do Chris Benoit. That's messed up of me. I'm being very sarcastic in this video. Okay, and then there's someone I really think the only Miro, I haven't seen him in 10 months. He's really talented, and you want me to tell you what? That's the reason why people like AEW, because WWE stars go there. And I think it's a really good company in the sense of the word. And they're really talented wrestlers compared to WWE. But you want me to tell you what? I still think that their least amount of pay-per-views, like WWE has more pay-per-views than AEW, which means they have to perform one every month and have like maybe 2 a month sometimes, which is honestly bad for business. So that's really one great thing AEW does. They have not maybe every 4-month pay-per-views, which is a great one, but I think that they should at least make it like one more, and then maybe leave that other website where you could watch the matches, because not everyone could afford the best quality things. But you want me to tell you what? I'm not going to lie to you and say that. But you want me to tell you what? One thing AEW does have, and I'm going to say this in the correct way, more interesting match types. WWE, because they're TV-14 and WWE's PG, like, they have blood. That's great. I want more blood in my wrestling. That's the exact thing I want to watch. I'm being honest here. I'm not being sarcastic at all. We really need more blood, okay? I'm sorry if people who don't like the blood in AEW, but who doesn't like blood in their wrestling? And the dog collar matches, I think that's a great concept. That really is a great concept. And plus, like the Orange Umoka match where they had a ring, where they have that ring filled with wine and orange juice, and you could either win, submit your opponent, or put your opponent in that substance in there. That was one of the best matches I've seen from them in AEW. WWE has had a lot of classic match types, but a lot of them also are, it gets tiring seeing the same matches, having to change names because it's PG. You want me to tell you, the PG project is like in the past. And then you want me to tell you what they also have, I'll try and think. They also have another woman's title, WWE has the women tag team champions, but they have a secondary title for the ladies, which means that the TNT title, and they have, that is a great idea, and they thought of it, but now they have 30 titles, and they had the Owen Hart title, which what was the point of that? What was the point of it? It was to honor him, but you want me to tell you what? That's the only reason why they did it, but I still think that having tournaments every once in a while would be good, but you want me to tell you what? I hate dragged out. You want me to tell you what? Here's another one. Another match type that they have a lot of different matches in match types in AEW. So you would have to know a little bit about the product before I could explain it. And a lot of them are way much more interesting than what WWE can provide. But WWE's match types are also pretty good, I guess. I personally think that the best, they have one of my favorite wrestlers there, so Darby Allin is my favorite AEW wrestler because I honestly think he's talented, so that gives them automatic points. But that's not all that's all I could really say that gives them the points. Now that I said what I thought made them good, now let's get to the overall decision making of who is better. WWE. It's WWE because their owner, Stephanie McMahon, or even Vince, they act like a child every time they take criticism. Tony Khan is he's like a 5-year-old child. He's a 5-year-old child, and he needs his diaper changed when someone calls him out on stuff. He needs to become a grown man. He's a grown man. He's not a 5-year-old. If he can't deal with criticism, he joined the wrong business. And when CM Punk said that stuff, you want me to tell you what? I agree with him. I agree with CM Punk. The whole controversy with him and his fight. I would fight Kenny Omega too. Because you want me to tell you, they're overprotective of their talent. If you're not a leader of your friends of the elite, you're out. You have no purpose here, and you're never going to become a champion. And don't tell me that's true. Adam Cole got the championship shot just because he was a friend with Adam Cole. And you want me to tell you what they say? You want me to tell you what? I think it's more fixed than WWE is. This person is going to be the top star just because he's friends with Kenny Omega. And then they have And then they have more talented stars like in Daniel Bryan, but he has done nothing of note. And that's what really bothers me. I'm drawing this up. I'm just giving you the reason why WWE is better, in my opinion. But you want me to tell you what? Daniel Bryan had a better career in Ring of Honor and WWE combined than he does in AEW. And people were so happy for nothing. Because they weren't stars they built up, they're getting kicked out. And then there's people like Sting, who shouldn't even be wrestling now. Sting could barely walk. Have you seen him wrestle? He can barely walk. And people will cheer him when he does a stunt. But I guess, and want me to tell you what? The one thing, the only way they can make AEW worse is if all of a sudden they're like, we're saying Velveteen Dream. And then I'd be like, you know what? This is going to be, they're making dumb decisions. They're becoming WCW. I'm going to tell you, and Tony Khan thinks he's the best in the world. The owner of AEW thinks he's the best in the world because he was mad because his stars were asked to sign by WWE. Oh no! And then guess what? He does the same thing there too. So he should. It's called being a hypocrite. You want me to tell? And that's one of the reasons why WWE is better. But also, it has. Guess what? This might surprise you, but they even have. May I say it? Better pay-per-views because they're not 5 hours long, and they don't have like 3 matches on the kickoff show that could be on the main show. That should be on the main show, just because you want to cut time and you don't want to give these wrestlers your time. Doesn't mean the fans don't. And that's the reason why WWE is ultimately better, and that's the reason why they win this debate.